What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of The Huddle. I think we're going to go with The Huddle. That will be the name of the show. We're here huddled up together and just going to be talking about sports. So I pulled out the jersey of one of the all-time greats, if not the greatest basketball player of all time, Michael Jordan. And that is because of the topic we're talking about today. Today, I put up a picture on Twitter. You guys may have seen this, you guys may have not, but I did not make this. Obviously, there's a lot of people whose ads are included in the picture, but this is a picture of every team's all-time best franchise player. So you have 30 teams. You have 30 players that you are going to be talking about, whether they're the greatest or not. So earlier today, I did a couple of polls that we're going to be talking about probably tomorrow, of whether you guys want this guy as your most improved, this guy as your MVP, who you guys are going to be taking here or there. I love when you guys comment on these. I love what you guys are telling me. So I'm going to be making this based on you guys. This really is a talk show between me and you guys. This really isn't my thing. I'm not trying to be one of those other people. There's a lot of first takes. There's a lot of the starters. There's a lot of all that. I'm here to be myself. I'm here to be here with you guys. And I just like talking about basketball. And honestly, I'm going to be real with you. I don't have anyone to talk about basketball with. I don't have a brother. Some of you guys may not have anyone to talk to or any of that. So I want to be able to talk to you guys and have you guys talk back. So this picture, let's go here and talk about what I think and what you guys told me on Twitter. So for starters, let's just talk about the obvious ones, right? I'm going to go here and we're going to just basically check off which ones we agree with without a doubt. So first off, Boston, Larry Bird, 100%, no doubt about it. I'm a Nets fan. I will say no doubt about Julius Erving. We're going to give Kemba the nod. We already said Michael Jordan is the best Bull of all time. LeBron got Cleveland on lock. No ifs, ands, or buts. There's no discussion about that one. You're not, literally, there's no discussion. Dallas, no discussion. Dirk got that. Now, we're going to skip over Denver right now. We're going to say Isaiah Thomas for Detroit. Lock. Steph Curry, Golden State. Lock. Hakeem, lock in Houston. This one, the Indiana Pacers, I've seen a little bit of both sides of the spectrum. I've seen people comment. So we'll skip the ones that are debatable, like I said. We'll get back to those. So let's actually skip that rest of that row. We'll skip Indiana. We'll skip the Clippers. We'll skip the Lakers. And we'll skip the Grizzlies for right now. Now, Miami, I already seen people say LeBron James and all that. But no, I'm sorry. It is Wade County. That is Wade County. Like, there's no question, man. That is Wade's house. No, that is Dwayne Wade, 100%. Now, Milwaukee, we will discuss this. This is going to be the main discussion of this video, probably. So we'll skip that one for now. Next one, Kevin Garnett, Minneapolis. I'm going to give him Minnesota for sure. But Cat, if he keeps it up and stays there, Cat can definitely contend for that one. Next up, you got Anthony Davis. He didn't have a long stint there, but he's probably their best player by far. I agree with that one. We'll give him that. New York's up next. You got that, Pat. That's all you, man. Now, the next couple are actually debatable. I will agree. Let's actually come back to all three of those. We'll come back to OKC, aka Seattle. We'll come back to Orlando. And we'll come back to Philly just because I'm going to make an argument for argument's sake. We're going to give Phoenix to Steve Nash for sure. Clyde Drexler is going to take Portland, no problem. The Kings, we're going to give that to Oscar Robertson as well. Tim Duncan, San Antonio, that's all you, 100%. Now, this one, I'm just going to laugh about it. I'm going to give you that Yeah, I had to laugh about that one real quick. The Utah Jazz, you can't go wrong with Karl or John Stockton. Probably going to the mailman. We'll give that to him. And the last one, the Wizards, I think is debatable. So, we're going to go back to all the debatable ones. I want you guys involved as well. Like I said, a lot of people already gave me their opinions. So, I'm going to be going off people's opinions as well as my own. We're going to be discussing this. This is one of those things that are obviously debatable. Some of them, like I said, should not be a debate. Like Dallas with Dirk, like Tim Duncan, San Antonio, LeBron, Cleveland. Those are not debatable. But some of these other ones are. So, Atlanta has Bob Pettit right now. That is kind of debatable. He did win a chip there. But when you think of Atlanta, that's not really the first name you think of, honestly. When you think about it, those aren't the names you do think of. And obviously, you're not going based off that. But it's kind of one of those things. So, who would you really be thinking of when you think Atlanta? And that's honestly Dominique. I'm going to be real, but I think Dominique is more of the franchise player. I could be wrong, but let me know what you guys are thinking. The rest of that list we were good with. Then you guys said Alex English. Now, you'd have to be going like real back and really digging in to say if anyone's better. You're not going to really say David Thompson or anything like that, but somebody said Melo, and it's kind of growing on me, like the idea of Melo being the face of the Nuggets. I don't really know. I didn't watch Alex English per se, so we're going to give him that. But Melo is pretty close when you think about it, because no one really talks about Alex English as well. Next, we're going to Reggie Miller. Me, personally, Reggie Miller is the first person I think of when I think of Indiana, just because I used to watch him. Like, I actually was there watching that. I'm a little older than you guys. A lot of you guys are saying it's Paul George. Paul George is Indiana, because that's what we've seen. But at the end of the day, none of them really did anything to win anything. They both made it like Eastern Conference Finals, all that. Someone said Jermaine, I seen that. But I think Reggie Miller does have that one, in my opinion. Now, Chris Paul and the Clippers. Honestly, the Clippers have been one of those franchises that hasn't done anything. I think Chris Paul does have that one. But I do see it if someone did want to say it was like Blake or something. Obviously, you can't really say Elton Brand and stuff like that. But honestly, I do think it's Chris Paul. I just put it up there just in case somebody wanted to fight for it. I can understand you thinking somebody else. But the real nail biter is this Magic Johnson one, man. Magic for the Lakers. And is he really? Because Magic has said it multiple times that it is LeBron James. I'm just kidding. Yo, Kobe fans, relax, man. Relax, all right? I'm joking. It's definitely Kobe's, in my opinion. 5 championships in LA. I think he deserves that one. And that's why when people say Shaq, I'm more like, nah, it's probably Kobe's. I know Shaq won 3 finals MVPs, has 3 chips there himself. But it's like this dude Kobe really did win 5 championships, played there for 20 seasons, has a lot of like basically records, milestones. You kind of got to give that to him. Next up is Mike Conley. I'm giving that to Mike Conley myself. I know other people were saying not really Mike Conley. I just don't think anyone really has been there for as long. You could try to put anyone else there. Honestly, no one's really done anything for Memphis like that, so I guess you can make the argument. This one is the big factor right here. This is the one I'm going to argue with till the death. Somebody was like, it has to be Giannis. Giannis is the best. Giannis this, Giannis that. You're young, man. Wake up. Giannis has been great. Last year, he was incredible, MVP, all that. He's incredible this year. He was even incredible the year before that. I'll give him that. The year before his MVP. But before that, has Giannis really done anything? Has he really done anything till now? Has he won a championship? No, he just has an MVP under his belt. Good for him. But you got to give that to Kareem. I'm sorry. You guys probably can't see this, but that's Kareem up there with Magic. And honestly, Kareem has to be the best Milwaukee Buck, in my opinion. He won a whole championship there, man. He was so dominant for all the years he was there. He was averaging 30 points every season, pretty much, honestly. So there's no way that you could tell me that Giannis, as of right now, is better than Kareem for Milwaukee. Like, you can't tell me that. You can try. And honestly, I love Giannis. He's one of my favorite players. He's incredible. He's great. He's going to be possibly an all-time great. In my opinion, he can make that Mount Rushmore. He has the body. He has the drive. He was willing to put in the work. And I am rooting for the kid from like really like young age. I've been rooting for this kid since he came in the league. He just looks like a freak, and that's why he has that nickname. But it's like, really, man, you can't knock on Kareem. He's not there yet. So I'm going to back up on Giannis. I'm giving that to Kareem. Now we'll skip over to OKC. I've seen people say Kevin Durant. I could see that. I've seen somebody say Gary Payne, Sean Kemp, those guys. I could see that. Westbrook, I think, was put here because he did play longer than Kevin Durant. He didn't leave him. He stayed there. He put in all those triple doubles, all that stuff. So I'm not mad at that. I really am not. Is he their franchise best player? Maybe. He really does have a lot of records. Obviously, not going to give that to Harden or anything like that. So Westbrook over KD, that's a toss-up in my opinion. It could go either way. I understand why people are still mad at KD and putting Westbrook. I get that 100%. So the next one is big two, Orlando Magic. So the first time I looked at this, I was like, that has to be Shaq. There's no debate. That's Shaq's team, man. He was drafted there. Young Shaq, unstoppable. Shaq in general, unstoppable. He put in a lot of good years, made it to the finals. Him or Penny would have been cool with me. I was like, there's no way it's Tracy. Then I seen DBG say something about how it could be Dwight. Dwight also led the team to the finals. He has 3 defensive players of the year. Dwight played there for a long time, prime years. He gave him a lot of good years. So as much as you hate Dwight, he's honestly up there as well. I don't think it's Tracy. I think Tracy didn't play there long enough or really do much as well. I say Shaq or Dwight. You guys tell me. Me personally, like I said originally, I did say Shaq. So I'm not really, I'm not that torn. Like, I'm cool with either or. But, like, let me know what you guys think. Now, we'll move over to Philly. And it has Wilt here for Philly. And honestly, man, I'm sorry. But I gotta go with AI, man. AI is the face of Philly. I know, like, yeah, you gotta give Will credit, this, and that. He's done so much for the NBA in general. But that was so long ago. And then you guys are gonna debate, oh, you can say the same thing about Julius, Bob Pettit, just guys that played a while back and all that. But no, it's like, it's not even that I'm, like, saying anything wrong about the league back then. I'm just saying when you think of Philly, you really do think of Iverson. He really revolutionized the game. And he's just that main face of the franchise that I think of whenever I think of Philly. Yeah, it could be Embiid someday. Maybe, probably not. Ben Simmons, probably not. You know what I mean? AI is Philly. Philly is AI. And I just got to give him that. Next, we're going to Toronto. And I really found this disrespectful. I get it. I said it personally on Twitter. And a lot of you guys not even attacked me. But a lot of you guys defended Kawhi being there. Oh, he won a chip. Oh, he did this. Oh, he did that. No. He played 1 year. Yeah, best year in their franchise history. Yes, I agree. But he's not the face or the all-time franchise player for that team. I'm sorry. He played there 1 year. Like, you can't convince me otherwise. You think of Toronto Raptors. There are 3 names that, like, come into my head. It's not Kawhi Leonard. It never is Kawhi Leonard. It never will be. Yes, Kawhi will be the guy that gave him a championship, but he was a rental. I'm not gonna sit here one day talking about all, like, the great cars that I drove my whole life, like what cars gave me, like, made an impact on my life, this and that, brought me from point A to point B, all the greatest rides I had, and then I'm gonna talk about a rental I had for a week of my life. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm sorry. Yes, he was a great time. He was a great vacation, joy ride, all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, DeRozan, face of a franchise. You got Kyle Lowry, another face of the franchise. A guy you won't get mad if you say that's Kyle Lowry's team. I won't get mad at you. But me personally, I'm taking Vince Carter. Probably when I think of Toronto, when most people think of Toronto, they think of Vince Carter. He made Canadian basketball what it is today. He made a lot of people from Canada even dream about playing in the NBA. So I'm going to give that to Vince. Personally, I'm not mad at DeRozan. I'm not mad at Kyle Lowry. Let me know what you guys are thinking. But don't tell me it's Kawhi. I'm sorry, man. That's like me saying the best Clipper of all time is Kawhi Leonard. Dude's on load management, man. Let me not get started. I'm just kidding. I'm not a Kawhi hater. I love Kawhi. Kawhi's great. The claw, man. That's the claw. One of the best to ever do it. But he's not the greatest player in Raptors history. I'm sorry. And the last one is Gilbert Arenas. I'm not losing sleep over this, but I seen what's unsold. I see Elvin Hayes. Guys I really didn't watch play basketball. I don't really care about the Wizards. I'm going to be real. I'm sorry. Nah, honestly, the Wizards had some great talented guys. They just, like, they're not as an established franchise. Obviously, they haven't had the history with some of these guys. It could have been John Wall someday if he never got injured. This is honestly going to be one of those things that's really hard. There's going to be a lot of bias towards some of it. But at the end of the day, it's kind of good conversation. I like to know what you guys have to say. This is that barber talk, man. That's that barbershop chilling, getting the trim, that cut. Not me personally, but I'm just saying that's where you go and you chill and you talk about the all-time greats, you feel me? And yeah, I like that talk, man. So let me know what you guys are thinking. If you guys disagree with me in anything, agree with me. Honestly, the main thing we got to talk about is Giannis and Kareem. So please make sure you let me know. Let me know if there's any kids in the league right now that you think are going to take over and take any of these guys' spots as franchise players. That's kind of interesting for me. Like Trey over Bob Pettit someday? Hey, you honestly never know. Luka over Dirk someday? Hey, you never know. Giannis over Kareem someday? I'ma say yes someday. But let me know what you guys are thinking. I will see you guys later. It's been your boy Mo. Thanks for joining me in my huddle, my afternoon sway. I'ma stop. I'll see y'all later. Ballin'.